Too late. I already hit the
No,
live button.
just go.
All right,
Hi,
and
Sheila.
we're live. That was quick. We're stealing watchers from Scott's show.
Scott's show. That's right.
I know he's probably got like 4 people watching right now.
Yep.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the latest and greatest tech talk show on Wednesday night. That would be Unhinged Tech, not technically speaking.
Yeah.
But technically speaking,
we don't have Conor McGregor's grandfather here either, so
yeah, his soup kitchen grandfather. So, yes. So, of course, you have me here, Tech Odyssey. We have English Dan Reviews as well, anchoring the other side of the screen. And his microphone problems are fixed from last week.
Kind of.
And we're like 450 pounds lighter. We don't have Scott and Stats here. So, we're streamlined. And, I mean, it's 2 full-grown dudes. I'm sure they probably weigh about 400 pounds together. I weigh 225. I mean, you and I probably put together about 500 pounds. So that was a compliment to them.
I weigh about $160.
Kilograms, right?
That's right.
So Wednesday night. So a couple of things I wanted to talk about tonight. We didn't get to talk about this as much last week, but both Dan and I have the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. Definitely talk about that.
Yes.
And then also we're both getting the LG Wing tomorrow.
Yes.
So that's
winging its way in. That was cheesy. I'll never do it again.
Thank you. So yes, we got the Wing coming in, both of us. So that'll be interesting. I had really hoped to get it like 4 or 5 months ago, but better late than never.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm looking forward to using the phone. I mean, there's a lot of stuff about it that I want to try.
Yeah.
Of course, the Snapdragon 765G is a fantastic chipset. So I think it'll be a good performance. It's just a matter of trying out the form factor. The biggest thing for me, honestly, I think might be battery life, because I'm really hard on my phone and I use it all day long. So I'm curious to see how this works, and I'll go do some videos with it.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. We will see. The 765 is very, very efficient, so we'll see.
I want to try out that built-in like that gimbal feature that it has. Yeah, because I like to record stuff outside sometimes. I like to go shoot like some vlog style videos, and I'm really curious about how well that actually works.
Yeah.
So I know it's a crop, and I think it's a software kind of thing, but I mean,
yeah, it's a cheat. It just crops in and then moves around the crop. So, but still, it's a cool idea and a neat implementation for something on a device that can do something like that.
Yeah, like I'll make an entire video shooting with just the Wing, and I think it'll probably sound good.
Yep.
And then also the Mi 11, the big global launch for that's going to be in a couple of days too, so that'll be cool.
Yep. Week today, is it? Week tomorrow?
Yeah.
11th.
Like the 8th or whatever. So
the 8th?
It's weird to me though, because they've already launched the Mi 11. Yet they have this global launch, which is going to be I guess the beginning of next week, which is cool. And I know I've actually got something. I got something that I can share it. So I'll be right back. Hold on.
Get a drink while you're gone.
All right.
Anyway, so hi, my name is English Dan. I'm the one who actually carries this show. Adam's just the boring sidekick who doesn't shut up. See, I almost swore then, and this is the only night of the week that I don't swear. But he just talks and talks and talks and jibber jabbers on about absolutely nothing that none of you care about. And I have to sit here and feel sorry for you all while you listen to the bearded fool going on with himself over and over.
I can hear what you were saying while I was out there.
I don't care whether you can hear me. You think I'm scared?
No.
Scared?
Nice, scared. Dig them lights, Dan. Yeah, Dan actually did a really good job there. I mean, he's got way more pink than I care for, but
that's for you, remember?
Yeah, I remember. It looks really good though. You did a good job. I saw those tiles at Best Buy, and I thought about picking some up. I'm like, where am I going to put them?
Put them on that back wall where you've got that foam that does nothing for you whatsoever.
I am going to do something to church this up a little bit, make it look a little bit nice.
It up. That's an interesting. I've never heard that before.
You never heard that?
No. I'm going to church you up. You put a stained glass window on there or something like that.
No, because when you go to church, you put on your Sunday best, so you make it look nice.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the movie Joe Dirt?
No.
You never seen Joe Dirt?
No.
Anyway, so he goes by. So it's got David Spade in it. It's really funny, and he walks around and he tells people his last name is Dirte.
Mm-hmm.
His last name is Dirt. He goes by Dirte. He said, "Don't church it up, Dirte."
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's where I got it from, like 20 years ago, and I've been saying it ever since then.
Well, this is 13 panels, so you only get 9. So this is the 9-panel starter kit and the 4-panel extender. And before tax, it's $280 if you didn't have a Best Buy discount at the time.
Yeah, I saw them. They're not cheap.
No.
Adam, next time, make sure your room is clean. Yeah, I've got like 10 phones and 20 boxes over here right now from when I was doing a case review video yesterday. And
whatever, Adam. Whatever.
So anyway, this thing that I have to share. So Xiaomi sent this to me, and it says I'm invited to movie night. I guess some theme that they have right now. And there's some items in here.
Are you allowed to open it yet, or is that only for...
No, I can open this, yeah. So there's embargoed stuff I can't talk about. But for now, this they did send out, and I'm supposed to be able to share this stuff on social media. So says, are you a movie fan? You're invited to attend our global premiere of the smartphone, which will change the way you think about mobile filmmaking, which is actually something that's really exciting to me because I shoot all my videos with my phone. So looking forward to that. February the 8th. Until then, here's some teasers of some of the key movie magic camera features you can expect to see. Can you guess the 3 films and the 3 features from these 3 clues? Get them all right and we'll provide you with some surprises. Don't forget to tag us, Xiaomi. So, mystery box. And inside of here, they put this little thing. So you can go like this.
No, really? I had no idea that's what you'd be able to do with a clapperboard. Can we all just thank Adam? Can we all just thank Adam for the instructions on what we would do with a clapperboard? Thank you, Adam. Thank you.
There's 3
no, really, thank you. Thank you.
So there's 3 items in here.
Thank you.
So you got the pendulum in here, and I know this is from Inception.
Yes.
Yeah, they got I know that's from Inception. Then there's
Fights and Finance. Look at that. I like that name.
What?
That's Tech 702. It's got to be with that name. Fights and Finance. That's got to be Mike.
So then there's also this little origami thing in here.
What was that out of?
I don't know.
Who did all the paper stuff? Oh.
I have to figure out what the little origami one is. I haven't really looked into it yet.
Thank you, Ken.
And then there's some sunglasses. These like Matrix sunglasses?
Yeah, that's Neo.
Yeah, I think these are Neo Matrix sunglasses. So I've got the sunglasses, I think, figured out. I've got the pendulum, but I've got to figure out this thing.
Who did the paper stuff? Oh, they used to leave it behind. Ah, crapola. It was their signature. I can't remember if it was a horror movie or not, but they used to leave.
I have to figure it out. Hey, Ken here.
Look, see, Ken? Thanks, Ken. See, I'm sat here next to the homeless guy. Yeah, you. What are you frowning for? Look at you. You got junk in your background. Your foam tiles look like they've been set up by a dwarf who just threw them up there.
Look, no dwarf.
And you're missing half of your hair.
No dwarf can reach that high.
Oh, that's why I said he threw them up there. Looks like he got some command strips and just sort of like deck of cards them out.
Maybe. He'd be a very talented person to do that. Anyway, so I got to figure out what this origami thing is, but that's what they sent me. But February the 8th. Really interested to see what all transpires with that. Probably the second Blade Runner.
Is that what I was thinking of? Was that what did the killer in the second Blade Runner? Was that what he did? He left little origami things. I know I've seen a film where that is in it. So
I don't remember. Why is retethered tech? Why is he thanking me?
He's thanking you for showing him how to use a clapperboard, you dumbass.
Oh, okay. I was busy looking at other stuff. I'm like, what am I being thanked for? I was like, being thanked for acknowledging the background looks a little floppy tonight.
Why is thanking me?
I used to do a vlog channel. I don't know how much people would enjoy a vlog channel from me.
I don't know. I find it rough to get through your regular one. So,
I mean, given. But I mean, some people do like the vlog style videos. I don't know if it's just because sometimes it's different. Like I did like the vlog style video going to get the Apple silicone case. I've done a couple of them, and they tend to do better than some of my other videos. So I don't know if it's just because it's a different take on a topic or what, but some people seem to like them. Yeah. I mean, I'd imagine this is what half of my audience is doing while they watch my videos. Yeah. That'd be good. So you two are going to go hang out again in a couple of weeks, right?
Huh?
You two are going to hang out again in a couple of weeks, right?
It looks that way, yeah. Did Michelle say yeah about you going over there? It's on.
Maybe he'll remember it this time.
Oh, she has to find out with work first now, so it's almost on.
Anyway, well, I hope that you'll have fun.
I told you, you can always tag along.
It's a possibility. I got to look, though. I haven't looked at the flight prices.
Oh, it's not that you've not known about it for 6 hours.
I've been busy.
It's bullshit. The lies there almost made me swear.
I had a lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the Xiaomi Mi 11 is right around the corner, and it's really, I mean, like I said, it's really odd to me that they have the Chinese launch, and then they have a separate global launch. Like, I wonder if there's anything particular that they're going to do different.
Yeah, maybe a bit of different software. If I was Xiaomi, I would definitely dial the software back for the global edition, because not everybody's into this pink fong kind of aesthetic that they like to put out there. So
yeah, they are a little weird there, but whenever it comes to the global stuff, like, I really think that they're finally getting some traction in the global market, and they realize that, which is, I mean, they're having 2 separate launches. So I think it's a good indicator for where maybe they're headed, realizing that they really need to market more globally, and people don't just want the Chinese version. And Mike, this is it's one of those Izzy drinks. It's just carbonated sparkling water with juice in it.
Maybe they're pushing this one a little bit more as well, because it's basically a Galaxy S21 Ultra for half the price.
I'm really looking forward.
I'm interested to see the price. The price, to me, we all know what the phone is. We all know what's going to come with the phone. It's the price for the global version, because sometimes there's a massive disparity between them. I bet it's $800.
Maybe. I was thinking like $749. I don't have the inside information on the price, but my guess is in the sevens.
Right.
But I mean, hey, it's going to be. It's got much stuff in it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to testing it out. I love the Xiaomi phones. The Mi 10T 5G blast. There's been a lot of the Xiaomi Mi series phones, and I think I was looking something yesterday saying that they've even got a folding phone that they're coming out with, which wouldn't surprise me.
No, it wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, I thought they'd already had a folding phone over in China, or was that just
that was Huawei?
Oh, yeah, that was Huawei. They had the Mi Mix, whatever it was called, where the screen just went all the way around the phone, didn't they? That's what that was.
Yeah, the Cascade screen or whatever, waterfall screen or whatever they call it.
Yep.
So we'll see. I'm looking forward to whatever it is that they come out with. I'm glad that they've started sending me stuff, but they still don't send me everything. Like the global stuff, it seems like they're more in line to send me, but some of the more region specific, because they're going to come out with a Mi 11 Ultra, a Mi 11 Ultra Pro 5G. They're going to come out with like 5 versions of it. So but yeah, I'm really looking forward to when I get my hands on it and testing it out versus the S21 Ultra. And I really, really like the S21 Ultra. I kind of had reservations about it because the S20 Ultra fell flat and the camera was terrible. Yep. So I've had high hopes for it, but at the same time, kind of a little standoffish.
Yep.
Totally love this thing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, camera-wise, I'm not going to say it's the best at certain things. It's the best at zoom. Let's say out of phones over it, you can't count Huawei in there because they're not available over here. But this is the best overall camera on any phone you can get today, and that includes the Pixel. Unfortunately, Pixel have been caught up and overtaken for me.
Well, that's what happens when you use the same camera for 3 years.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I mean, with the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 4, you could kind of see some upgrades. And then the addition of
software, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, but they've reached the potential. I don't see the Pixel camera getting any better. I'm thinking now they pawn that off for the Pixel 4a, the 4a 5G, I would fully expect that the next Pixel will have a new camera in it. Like, it's going to have to. If they use the same camera again, they will get slaughtered.
Yes. Yes. I actually have a feeling that the next Pixel will go back to having a flagship.
I think it will too. I
Mhm.
think that this. I think
Even though they have a flagship now, but I mean, the
yeah, it was weird because it was
high
like,
end.
yeah, the mid-tier flagship thing, although it works for Google, a lot of Google's fan base really expects a pro level or a flagship
Yeah,
level device. And
they didn't like it.
no, they're willing to pay for it. I think there
Yeah.
is some compromise to be had there, but I think at the end of the day, they're going to have to price it a little bit lower, but they're just going to have to take that in the shorts. Like,
Yeah.
they can't pass that on to the consumer, because if it's like $9.99, no one's going to buy it. But if they cheap it out and do $6.99, then it's not going to be good enough. So there's going to have to be a balance of profit margin there.
I expect a plastic phone, to be honest.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with it as well. I think going back to plastics is actually quite a decent idea. I mean, I think a lot of these the 4A 5G feels every bit as premium as the Pixel 5. It
If
really does.
if they do it right, I don't have a problem with it. The problem I had that these companies did was, one, the Note 20 tried to do it, and they tried to charge you $1,000 for a 60 hertz screen, 1080p, and a plastic back. It was just junk. Like, the
Yeah.
Note 20 was very uninspiring and rip-off phone. So from Google, if they made the entire thing out of recycled plastic and went like the whole eco angle with it and things like that, I think the people that buy Pixels would not have a problem with it. It doesn't have to be metal. Pixels to me don't have to be metal. It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't at all. The 4A 5G was fine for me. I'm quite happy with it. Mike, could be a Sony camera. It is a Sony camera. It's the old Sony, and I want to say it's the IMX 286. We're now on the 686, I believe. So that's how old that thing is.
Yeah, it's the IMX 520. No, the front-facing selfie camera is the 520. What is the one for the?
I think the rear is a 286.
Pixel 4 is a 363.
Oh, well, one up from it. So either way,
they Pixel really, when they brought that line out, really differentiated itself. It took 2 or 3 years for Samsung and iPhone to catch up with it, and now they have caught up with it. So I don't know whether they intentionally did this so that they could save money, and not have to do as much advancement because of their cost-cutting stuff. And here's the thing: anytime that anyone's ever caught up to Apple, the next phone is always their generational upgrade that sets them back apart again. So now that people have caught up with the Pixel, I fully expect, now that everybody is kind of at the starting line again, I expect them to make another leap in 2021.
Yeah, I expect so as well.
If they don't, they're done.
Yeah, they're going to be in big trouble. You heard that the back of the S21 feels the same as the glass on the S21 and the Ultra. No,
it feels like cheap crap.
It really does feel like plastic. And it's not. There's plastic that's done well. Like, I give props to, like I say, the Pixel 4A 5G and the 4A. That was plastic done well. It just feels it feels like a really cheap $200 or $300 plastic back phone. People are going to say different, huh?
Like, I went and I picked the phone up and I played around with it a little bit, and as soon as I grabbed it, I'm like, this phone feels cheap.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's definitely not a premium feeling phone. I mean, all right, it still has the metal camera and the frame, but the actual backplate. But then again, what does it matter? Because most people put a case on the phone. So that's why I don't care about the plastic, because no one sees it anyway.
Yeah, and that was something that I had mentioned, I think maybe in our last stream or a conversation I was having with somebody. I mean, ultimately, I think it was when I was talking about the S21 Ultra. I'm like, the S21 Ultra, you and I talked about this a few weeks ago. When I went to Best Buy, I looked at all of them like, these things look dingy. Like, they don't look good. And I wasn't impressed with them. So whenever I got mine, I took it out of the box and it hadn't been like touched by 8 million different people walking by after they've eaten chocolate bars, then yeah, it looks a lot better.
I love the Phantom Black one. I think it's great. But I mean, luckily I got to play with that one on the day it was announced, and before anyone got their grubby mitts on it, so it looked fine. But I do think the Phantom Black S21 Ultra is the nicest phone they've ever made.
when I took it out of the box and grabbed the phone, I was like, wow, looks completely way better than the one I saw at Best Buy.
Yeah,
Just the week before.
It has the same. When you pick up an iPhone, you're picking up something expensive, let's say, and well made, and this has that same build about it. Let's say
It does. Yeah, the S21 feels hollow on the inside. Like it feels light. It feels like a $300 phone.
Yeah.
And yeah, it may have something to do with the lightness, but here's another thing. There's different types of weight, and I think it has a lot to do with, one, the way it feels, but two, the density. Because you can pick up like a cheap phone and it just feels hollow on the inside. Like you get those $300 Android phones.
Yep.
The cheap ones, they feel like they're missing half of the components on the inside. They don't feel premium. Like maybe the screen might look premium on it, but since they've dialed that back and it's a flat screen, hear me out. I know some people are like, oh, I don't like the phantom touches, the edge, the curved edge display, blah, blah, blah. I'm glad it's gone. But there is an air of premiumness that went along with it. Typically, the S line is very expensive, and it's a feature that's been associated with expensive phones. So whenever you take that away, whether it's more functional or not, it feels less expensive to me.
It does. I'll give you that. But I am on the side of give me a flat screen.
When I use flat screen phones, I actually kind of enjoy them more. I like the ergonomics of the curved edge, but as far as functionality, there's something about having that flat screen that makes you feel like it's a larger screen.
Yeah, well, it is because it's not curving the screen to the side. You're getting that extra.
Yeah, so I mean, there is stuff to it, but yeah, this is an argument that's been around for a long time. People are like, look, why are you complaining? You're going to put it in a case anyway. You're not going to see it. Now, if you go with the clear case or certain things like that, I'm an advocate for clear cases, but the problem is over time, like pretty much all of them turn yellow. But when you get an expensive phone, you want to show it off. I mean, if you got that nice Pacific blue iPhone, or if you got these phantom colors or even the what are they? The Mystic colors, like the Mystic Bronze and the Mystic Gray. Those are some really nice colors when it came to the Samsungs this last year. And when you put them in a normal case, you don't get to appreciate that. It's like one thing when you walk outside and you see your nice car in your driveway, and then you get in your car and you get to experience driving it around and enjoying what you bought, versus a phone. It's like, here, I got it, I threw it in the case, and you never see the phone. I mean, it's really nice. That's something that I think changed, because way back in the day when we had plastic screens and we didn't care as much about our phones, they had very unique designs, and you always got to see what the phone looked like. Yeah. And then as they got more and more expensive and more delicate, we started throwing them in cases, putting screen protectors on them. They all look the same now.
Yep. I'm with you on that. Oh, shut up, iPhone.
I got to tell you, though, I'm not impressed at all with Gorilla Glass Victus. I think it's trash.
It's very soft. That's the problem with it. They've made it very soft so it doesn't shatter, which is great, but it also scratches when you pull it in and out of your pocket. I don't know whether you've seen Technically T's Ultra already.
I've got 2 scratches on my screen. It's only left my house once, and it's only gone in and out of my athletic shorts.
Technically T's is like bad, like real bad.
I just noticed this yesterday, and I had been looking at it because normally, like, I'll have a screen protector immediately, but I'm like, look, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying at home. And then it's like, I look at my phone yesterday. I'm like, how do I have 2 scratches on here? It's never been in my pocket with my keys. It's never been in my pocket with anything other than just the phone. And there's nothing that I think could have actually scratched it. So I don't know. I think
I'm lucky so far. I don't have any, considering it comes to work with me, and you know what kind of environment I work in.
What I'm worried about, maybe it might have been because I use lens wipes all the time, and maybe there was a piece of something on there.
Yeah, grain, bit of dust or something.
Yeah, I'm curious if maybe that could have been it, because I'm real bad about using those wipes to clean my screen all the time.
Yeah, maybe, because like I say, mine's fine right now.
Hey, Steve, welcome.
Oh, look who it is. It's Carl.
Oh, yeah. You better brought us some stinking ice cream, Carl.
Where's my Tesla?
The Tesla and the ice cream. Now.
I've been waiting for this Tesla for a long time.
I'm sure one day Carl will get you a Tesla.
I'm sure he will.
He's got to get his daughter a Tesla right now. His daughter lost her first tooth yesterday.
Doesn't matter. He owed me a Tesla before his daughter. So if he gets his daughter a Tesla,
Game over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness. So, yeah, I've been really impressed with it. I'm going to go out this weekend and go shoot a bunch of pictures because I need to do my full review. Battery life has been pretty solid for me. I've been using it. I'm getting about 7 hours of screen on time with like no features trying to save the battery whatsoever. And that's about 2 hours longer than I was getting with the Note 20 Ultra. So I'm really happy about that.
I brought mine down to 1080p only because I literally couldn't see the difference. Obviously, I wear frames, and I swapped and changed it a couple of times, and I couldn't see the difference whatsoever. So mine's down on 1080p just for the sake of it. But it's like now it's at 60%, and I've had 3 hours screen on time. But there's had a lot of stuff going on in the background as well. YouTube Music's been running for 13 hours in the background.
I'm going to say something, and I really hate admitting this on live camera. Mine's been on 720p for like the last 3 days, and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, see, but that's how. See, that's just a testament to Samsung screens, though.
So here's what
it's so sharp.
So I was messing with this the other day, and I was looking at the resolutions, and I turned it down.
No.
I was messing with it, and I turned it down. I even tweeted about it. I'm like, oh wow, you can actually turn the Note 20. You can turn the S21 Ultra down to 720p. I guess. I mean, why would you want to do that? But I forgot to change it back. So I've been using this for the last couple of days on 720p. And no, I don't know
this. That's it.
And this is me.
I'm going to do it with mine. I'm going to try it.
You will not notice a difference.
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
It's really surprising. And like normally you can tell. Like I've been like used the iPhone for forever at like the 750p or whatever in the world it was, 850p on like the iPhone XR and stuff like that.
Oh no! Hey, if you can't tell, you better get to the store because I can tell.
No. When you put them right back and forth to each other, but if you set it and forgot about it and woke up the next day and were using it.
No, my icons look blurry. They look like they've got a blur about them.
Mine don't. You have large icons. That's why I've got smaller icons.
I don't feel the same as yours. Look.
I don't know. Whatever. I'm changing it back.
yeah, me too. Right now, as soon as I did that, it looked like someone's put a light smearing of Vaseline across the bottom of my screen. That's just not happening.
Oh, maybe I need glasses.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Maybe that's the moral of the story here is that I need.
That's
to
the sign. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it looks good to me. Yeah, definitely changing that back.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There you go. Instantly sharper. Boom. There you go.
It is sharper. The icons are smaller. Well, at least I know that the oblivion that I'm living in. Once I start using like 20 years from now, I'll be really happy with terrible.
You'll be fine. 720p screen's amazing.
It's amazing what they're doing with things these days. Samsung does make amazing, vibrant looking displays.
Yes, they do. I mean, the regular S21 and the S20 last year, they all looked great. The screens, 1080p. I don't care what anyone says, right?
Fine.
If you walk past a Samsung booth with those 1080p 120 hertz screens, I will guarantee you 95%, maybe even 99% of people would not know that they're on 1080p.
No, it's very indistinguishable. The type of display goes a long way, though. And yes. I got to say this. The S21 Ultra has been making me hate my iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Huh.
One, like I was like even like playing my Boom Beach because I still play Boom Beach, and just playing it on my S21 Ultra and then swapping back over to the iPhone, the color saturation and the temperature of the screen, the way the colors look, it looks like it doesn't look good. Like it looks like it's washed out. Like it's like they purposely make the AMOLED look more like their LCD screen.
Yeah, I suppose you're right there. Looking at it, it's not as vibrant. Definitely,
no, not at all.
Put the two of them next. Well, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Look at that. Hold on. Let's see if that comes in. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they do not look good. Like if you use Samsung for a couple of days.
What? I've just noticed this on camera now. Samsung, what is this?
You're flipping everybody off.
Did you ever look at what it is? It's blue and phallic-like.
Well, I mean, you saw it first.
I'm sorry, but you telling me that doesn't look like somebody's
I'm sorry.
blue pendant?
I have not looked at the screen that.
I didn't never noticed it until I saw it in there. Then, and I'm like, wow, there's a PP on my. I'm getting rid of that wallpaper right now.
You have a very vivid imagination,
dude. That looks just like a member.
Yes. Anyway, so moral of the story:
wallpaper.
the S21 Ultra is so zippy and fast. It's frustrating me using the iPhone 12 Pro Max because the user interface on it is so clunky. And we were talking about this before, even with that dude that you were going back and forth with on Twitter the other day, saying that he could tell you how good the phone was because he's read the spec sheet.
yeah. He blocked me in the end.
I can tell you exactly how good this phone is because I've read the spec sheet.
Yes. I haven't used it, but I can guarantee you. It was his words. That's why I said you can't guarantee ish if you've never used one. And then all of a sudden, I have used one. No, you haven't, liar.
Said you couldn't. No, I can't use 60 hertz. I have to when I use the iPhone. But yeah, using the S21 Ultra for the last, 5 days now, it makes me really loathe my iPhone. I'm like, I don't even want to use it. Like, I'm just going to take my SIM card and put it in my Fold 2 and the S21 Ultra. I'm going to rock all Samsungs.
Yeah.
They do have the best looking screens, though, always.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to getting the Wing tomorrow. And I know we talked about this at the beginning.
To replace the iPhone, this is going to go in a drawer because as good of a device this is, I absolutely hate iOS.
I hate iOS. I get zero enjoyment. I get zero extra enjoyment out of using an iPhone 12 than I did with the iPhone 10R or an iPhone 8 Plus because nothing has changed.
No.
It's like, wow, that's great. You've got an A14 processor in here, and it runs just like it did with the A11.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just, nah. Nope.
I don't get it. Like, they really need to find, a way to spruce up iOS. But I know they do it for continuity purposes. They want to keep people on the platform as long as possible. iPhone, Apple, they make money off of device sales, but they make more money keeping you tied to the ecosystem. So if they keep you're not willing to upgrade from an iPhone 6S to an iPhone 10 or an iPhone 12, they're still making money off of you still being on their platform. So they want to keep as many people on there as possible.
Yeah.
If they can get you to pay for cloud storage, if they can get you to pay for iTunes, if they can get you to pay for Apple Music, if they can get you to pay for Apple TV, if they can get you whatever, it keeps you using. I mean, as long as you got the phone, you may even just be using an Apple card. And the interest they rake off of you from that. So it's very, very, very much in their best interest for you to continue using it. But at the same time, I feel like they stifle and water down the system to cater to the least common denominator.
Should I upgrade my S10e for the 21 Ultra? Well, if you don't like big phones, then probably not. But you would probably have a good upgrade experience from an S10e to a regular S21.
That is a huge difference. I mean, the Samsung Galaxy S10e was a very good phone, but you're talking like a very small screen. I think it was 5.8 inches on that.
It's Steve. 4K ping pong.
Yeah, so I think that you'll notice a pretty noticeable difference going from the S10e to the S20 Ultra. One, you're going to go to a nicer, bigger, higher refresh rate screen. You're going to get more built-out cameras. You're going to get better battery life. You're going to lose that fingerprint sensor on the side, which up until I got to the S21 Ultra, I would say would be a negative. But the screen on this thing with the fingerprint sensor is utterly amazing.
Yep. Ooh, look at that. You're probably going to think I'm boring now, but I went for just all black. I think that looks rather neat on there.
Yes. It's super, super clean.
Yes, I like that. Unlike my English teeth. Anyway.
Yeah, so
I would say go with the S21, not the Ultra. If you're coming from an S10e and size is a worry for you, it's going to be an issue.
Yeah, I mean, if you want something a little bit better, I mean, you could go for maybe the Plus, because that's a big price jump. I mean, looking at the $799 S20 is actually really good value. As much as I talk about how cheap that it feels, It still has their best-in-class Samsung screen. It still looks great. You still get the 120 hertz refresh rate. The 1080p, I'm sorry. I mean, it looks perfectly fine. So
look who's in here.
Who? Oh! Look who decided to show up. Wallpaper earlier.
Oh, huh? Wow. Who let you on the computer?
Nice of Dan too.
That's the second in line, Dan. He's not as good as this one. He may be in before me, but I'm the new improved.
Yeah. He's like the iPhone SE and you're like the iPhone 8 Plus.
8. Yeah.
No, it does not. Oh, sorry, the S20. Yeah, the S20 does. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you want to have expandable storage, you don't want any of the S21 phones. If you can forego that, then that's fine, but you're losing expandable storage slots whenever it comes to the S21 series.
No, I have pink lights because I'm comfortable in my masculinity.
I thought it's just because you had moobs.
It's because I'm friends with you. That was the real reason.
There's a reason that you support breast cancer awareness.
That's right. With a set of jugs like this.
Oh, goodness.
Mm-hmm. So going on from 200, so the fact that you can't use an SD card, you're worried about 256 gig loss of storage, but do you use over 250? I've got a 512 gig Ultra here right now, and let's just I'll tell you exactly how much I'm using so far. I've had the phone over a week. Huh?
You tell us.
I'm going to tell him right now. All right. And you would think, geek that I am, is just whatever. But
if you didn't have a new phone every 5 days, and maybe you'd fill up the storage.
That's rich coming from you.
I'm not complaining about storage.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining one bit about the storage.
Oh, thank you very much, JT. Certainly appreciate the super chat. Very much appreciate it. I need to hook up my Stream Deck. Ever since I built this new computer, I haven't rehooked my Stream Deck back up. I need to put some sounds on there.
Yeah. Wow, I can't even find there it is, storage. So
I'm so dense. Whenever I was buying mine, I didn't realize it was an extra $50 to get the 256 model, and now I'm like, I need to return this one and get the 256. Yeah, I don't.
A whole 71 gig.
If I didn't see, since I shoot all of my video on my iPhone, I'm not so worried about it. If I were still shooting my video on the S21 Ultra with Samsung, I would definitely get a 256 or a 512.
What I find bizarre is, and I'm sure, look, have you got your Ultra in front of you?
Yeah.
Go into your storage, right, and tell me how much your system has reserved out of your 100. You have the 128, don't you?
Yeah. I got to tell you, though, I'm half tempted to send this back and get the 256.
Oh, you should do, without a doubt, for the sake of $50.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, is I was looking at it last night, and I can't get one till like February the 18th. I'm like, well, I'm going to be like 2 weeks without the phone.
Well,
where'd he go? Leanne must have unplugged his internet. Anyway, well, he's like a cockroach. He'll be back eventually. So yeah, right now on my S21 Ultra, I am at 70.66 gigs out of the 128, and I've got like no video on here, 2 gigs, so not a whole lot.
Wow, shit. I took a dump on me. It was like, sorry, we've crashed.
Like you've reached the extent of your internet for today.
That's right. So what did it give you for your system?
23 gigs.
Yeah, right. Here's a stupid thing. Now mine's a 512 version. Let's see if it's still.
You can just read it. I don't need you to keep offending everybody.
Just shut up. All right, shut up.
49 gigs?
Yeah, 50 gig for storage, for system.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. Because what they probably do is since you have more space, instead of just actively loading things into memory, they probably go ahead and put them in the storage.
But it's got 16 gig of RAM. So
it does, yeah. And I don't really understand the reasoning, but like my gaming PC has 16 gigabytes of RAM, so I'm still trying to figure out why they think they need 16 in a phone. But I mean, I'm here for it. I'm not gonna,
absolutely. I mean,
I'm not going to complain. I've been saying for years, though, it's just a metric on a stat sheet to chart.
Why are you reserving 50 gig as the storage in my 512 gig phone? It makes no sense. If they were observing, how much was yours? 20?
Yeah, 28, 20 something.
Yeah, so mine's double pretty much. Yeah, because they can, but why? Why does it makes no sense? I'm sorry, but
Send them a letter. Let
I'm
them know
going
how
to.
angry you are.
I'm
Send
going to
them a letter.
hand write them a letter.
You shouldn't do that. It'll
I'm
probably
going to.
don't send it on crayons and construction paper.
It'll look like Chinese. It'll be fine. Korean, whatever. It's all going to look like
They
that.
won't understand what you're writing.
Yeah, they will. All right. It's not Dex, so it can't be Dex because otherwise it'd be the same on the 128. I think it's just a case of it's a standard 10% pretty much across the board that well, it's more than that on yours, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know. Very weird. Don't understand.
I don't get it.
No.
Oh, did you see? I was looking on Samsung's website like yesterday, and they've actually got that you can order the blue one now that has like that little textured grading on the grading look on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really tempted to go ahead and just order that one.
I still want the brown one because I'm almost a boomer, but I'm not going to.
It looks so nice. It looks like it looks
brown leather.
It's a very good blend between like vintage and modern. Like I like the way it looks. It's very classy.
And I don't know why they didn't put the carbon texture on this camera on the black one. I mean, it's a black phone. Why not do that?
So when I saw all those, like I saw that texture that they had on there, and I thought that maybe they were just renders because then when they showed the phone off and they showed the purple one and they showed the black one, it's not on there. But then when you look at the special colors, it is. So I'm like, I don't know what they're doing. I'm still waiting for a red one. I want this. They're going to come out with
Ultra.
Red.
Yeah,
they'll come out with the Phantom Red in like 6 weeks after all the return periods are done.
Exactly. But do you know what they'll do? They'll do like they did on the S21 and S20. They'll make it with a gold camera that looks horrendous. It just looks horrendous. That
my son wanted that one. I'm like, what? If that's what you want, son. I'll buy it for
Iron
you.
Man. Just remember. I mean, that's probably what a lot of people think of it, the Iron Man version. But it's just too much gold.
The gold is fine. I just don't like the way it looks with that cotton candy purple. It's just
that purple. I know people. Me and you must be in the minority here because everybody I've spoke to seems to love that purple and gold. For me, it looks like it came out of an Esther Price box.
Yeah, it's like what were those stupid trapper keepers for like girls back in like high school and stuff? They all like
I don't even know what a trapper keeper is.
Okay, the binders. The binders, they had like all the pink and purple neon stuff on them all the time.
Oh, it's just a binder? Okay, yeah, we don't call it. It's just called binders in England. So
I can't remember what brand it is. But either way, I don't like it. And I don't. The flat appearance is kind of weird too. It looks to me like it's plastic dipped.
Yeah, it looks like it's very cheaply plastic dipped as well. It's not even a good.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's and that's what turned me off when I went and looked at the OnePlus 8 before, and I ended up going with the black one instead of that rainbow-looking iridescent pattern, wherever in the world they were calling it, because it looked.
I loved the Thunder. The Thunder Purple, I loved that. I thought
the Thunder Purple, the Thurple, that one was good.
Oh, you're talking about that interstellar glow crap.
Yes.
The Note, they did that with the Note 10, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah.
No.
I went and looked at that in person at the store because the videos looked really good. I saw people were making. I'm like, wow, that looks really cool. And then I saw it in person, and it just looks like a plastic dip rainbow turd.
Yeah, but I didn't like it at all. That so wasn't my cup of tea. Cup of tea. Before anyone says anything,
I do like some good Earl Grey though. Earl Grey tea is good.
I hate tea. I hate the royal family. I hate Harry Potter. I'm the most un-English person you'll ever meet.
Do you like Jaws?
Jaws, as in the shark?
Yeah.
Love Jaws.
All right. That's how we get along.
There you go.
Such a good show.
I'm surprised they've not done a remake of Jaws. I mean, in today's technology, it's
I think the only way... we're kind of getting away from phones here real quick, but just a quick departure.
It's 45 minutes is up. That's our disclaimer. All right.
That does seem to be what happens a lot, but there have been a lot of shark movies, but I think a new Jaws is doable.
Yeah.
Only if Spielberg comes back.
Yeah, they just remake the first one in modern day. I just think it's...
Yeah, here's the problem, though. as much as they make these terrifyingly suspenseful shark movies now, and they do, they make some very suspenseful shark movies. It's all CGI. They have to really make another shark, and that's one of the things.
It's crazy that they did that with the original. I mean, it looks so good.
There's a guy inside of it.
Yeah, it's like how cool was that?
They have to make a real one. I mean, like whenever the dude was getting eaten up, it was a real one that was like chomping down on the dude. It was some serious business, and that level of realism from a shark had not been seen. You look at it now, and it still holds up pretty well. But if you look at that back in 1970 something, that was groundbreaking.
Absolutely, it was amazing.
Spielberg recaptured that with the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park in '93.
Yeah,
and there are certain directors that realize this. But anyway, that's enough of a departure, I guess. What was the other thing I wanted to talk about? I put it S21 Ultra, the wing. Oh, so the LG rollable. So I want to talk about that briefly, because LG might be closing up shop. They didn't make an announcement, but somebody
LG Mobile, not LG, but LG Mobile.
Yeah, LG Mobile. LG is a very successful company. They make tons and tons of money. The problem is they've lost like $5 billion on their handset division in the last 5 years. So it makes sense that they would go ahead and consider closing up shop on the phones. I mean, who wouldn't? If you've got a business that makes $20 billion and $5 billion of that you're losing every year, just gone. So you can continue to make phones. Why would you continue doing it? Like, clearly you're not winning. So I think it's important for them to step back and take a look at this and say, hey, do we keep doing the same thing and keep losing money? Or do we just close up shop and sell it off?
License out the LG Mobile name. That's what they'll end up doing. And somebody will come along and take it. And the LG Mobile phones will become, all right, my thoughts on this is LG Mobile will be competing with the Moto G line.
They will be, and that's what always happens. Every time you see a product line or a brand get licensed out, they get cheaper.
Yeah, and we all know the Stylo is probably the best-selling LG phone there is, and it's just cheap. So,
yeah, and they don't have to make super expensive phones, but the problem is LG for the longest time was just as bad as Samsung. They were making like 15 different phones.
Yeah,
and what's the
point?
Throwing
against the wall and hoping one of them stuck, but sadly none of them did.
Well, none of them have stuck for a long time. It's just like you go a long time making YouTube videos, and it's like every once in a while one might do good.
We all know what phone ruined LG as far as high end. They've never recovered from that G5.
Oh no, the G5 was utterly terrible.
Yeah, they never recovered from that whatsoever. I think they lost a lot of trust in people because they were still really good sellers back then, and I think that caused a big issue. I think a lot of people shied away.
We have DD here.
DD microphone.
Yes, the V60 is a very good phone in 2021. I love the V60.
Yeah, the V60, it still gets on my nerves the way when it first came out, all these bigger tubers called it a mid-range device because it had a 1080p display. It was like, just shut up. I mean, that was pathetic that they did that. Does that mean the new S21? Is the S21 a mid-range device? No.
Yeah. It is,
but it has to be going up.
It is. You apply that logic.
Yeah, it's got a plastic back as well, so that means it's even more. All right, it doesn't have 120 hertz display on the V60, but it had higher specs than the S21. I don't know, whatever.
And it was so well priced because if you look at the landscape, when the S20 Ultra came out at $13.99, and then the LG V60 came out, it's like what, $7.99?
Yeah,
$29, whatever. It was a fantastic deal. I mean, it was a really, really good deal, and it still is. I think you can't go wrong. It's got 5G, Snapdragon 865, plenty of power, big, huge screen, and the screen on there looks really good too. I really love the V60. I think it's a good phone.
I do as well. I enjoyed the Velvet as well. CH Gadgets. Supposedly, the rollable comes out in March, and that is the last thing they're committing to. So,
yeah, from what I heard, and that was kind of a segue into this, they supposedly are still committed to that rollable. I don't. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you and I probably won't get one of those as a review unit. I think there's going to be very few reviews.
Yeah, I don't think anyone. I think there'll be very few actually manufactured.
And
So
I like the idea of the foldable. Like I like the thinner profile with the increased screen real estate. But I wonder, one, how much heft that's going to add to it, and then two, the mechanism that's going to open it and close it. One looks, from what I've seen, very slow. You're going to
don't bother me that.
I think I'll just never use it though. It'll be like me opening and closing the fold all the time, except it's going to take even longer. Like,
I don't know. I think I'd rather have a rollable than the fold. After owning a couple of folds, I think I'd rather be that way.
I like the ingenuity behind it. I like the engineering prowess, the bravery. This to me is bravery. Taking a charger out of a box is not bravery.
Courage.
Yes. So it's very courageous of LG to make a phone like this. Like they're on the precipice of oblivion. Like they're going, very much could possibly be their last phone ever, and they're going out with the industry rollable. So
what's up, Cam?
Here's one thing I can say about LG. LG has never been afraid to take chances.
No, which is bizarre because they've just brought this Explorer project out, and now they're closing it down.
That's because they were exploring bankruptcy.
Oh, yeah. It's just like they went all in on this Explorer project, and they have 4 or 5 different things lined up, and then all of a sudden it's like, just kidding.
We're exploring getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Hey, Cam, thanks for stopping by tonight. Did you keep your Surface Duo? No, I got rid of my Surface Duo. The first one started bending, and then the second one started to do the same thing just after a couple of weeks. So I was like, you know what? I'll wait for the Surface Duo 2 to come out. I returned that sucker. And I think that's probably the first time I've ever made a video talking about actually getting rid of a phone, because it was like they screwed up royally with that phone. And there's too many diehard Surface are the best engineers on the planet people to admit that it's a failure, but that phone is a catastrophe.
Yeah, I never bothered with one because I had a feeling, and then you actually totally validated all the feelings I had on that device. So
yeah, I mean, if you could change the name to Dumpster Fire,
yeah.
And here's the thing,
that's where Chris has gone. He's gone working for the Surface Duo team, or the Surface team. Back there again, but leading a team.
And then they didn't even market the sucker. It's like, you got all this money. Like, Microsoft has all the money in the world. They don't market it.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think it'd be front and center there. They'd be pushing it. The amount of money, when you think how much money they lost on consoles, pushing them so they become a force in the market, and different Windows mobile products, the amount of money they lost on those.
They could their way into the market. Like, if they spent enough money, and believe me, Microsoft has the money to
naturally force their way in. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but they're dumb as a box of rocks.
Yes. Bit like Periodic Audio.
Yeah, that guy's a complete idiot.
He's a douchebag.
But he makes good earphones.
I don't know about that.
Well, his company does.
I've heard that Koss make better headphones than Periodic Audio. I'll have to try and get some review one day.
I do like Koss, though. That used to be my go-to brand. I thought they were good 20 years ago. They had the best negative bass.
Where's BMAC?
Okay.
Oh, God.
Just so we can clear the air here. Negative bass. So if you ever look at an equalizer and there's like the midline, and then there's the plus, and then there's the minus, I call it negative bass, because you're going down on the negative on the frequency. I don't know what people call it.
Negative. We were having a conversation in Clubhouse. Okay, it was me, him, and BMAC. And was it Clubhouse or was it in Twitter? Yeah, and me and BMAC have like the same profile when it comes to the equalizer. And then along comes Dilrod here. I like a lot of negative bass. If me and BMAC were in a room, we'd have probably looked at each other like our heads had just broken. It was like, what? God.
I don't know.
You're an idiot. Hey, I hope you're talking to him for his negative bass. This guy's the idiot with his negative bass. All right. I like the low end. This guy here, negative bass.
I don't know. Oh, he's frozen. Ha! Frozen.
You've been doing it on and off for a little bit.
He's still frozen. You
There
forget
you
to
go.
pay your internet this month?
It's not. It was you that was frozen, not me.
You were frozen.
No, you're now all pixelated as well.
Oh, well, I look fine on my screen, but whatever.
Yeah, you really don't.
What? Maybe it's improvement.
You really don't look fine.
Oh, maybe it is. Well, I've got like 83 kids here.
Hey, that's well. Keep it in your pants. You know. What can
Well,
I
I
tell
was
you?
sitting here and everything was working fine for me, and you cut out. So I was like, well,
Yeah, whatever.
it needs to get better because we're fixing to play Call of Duty in like 4 minutes.
I'll have to reboot the internet if it comes to that. So we'll see. I will reboot the net. Does the Wing have a DAC built
No,
into it?
I believe this is the first one that's only USB, but I've heard the USB audio is fine, but you're probably not going to get better than 24-bit.
That's why I've got that new thing from Period Audio. Period Audio, if you didn't know, is owned by a whiny little BITCH.
Periodic.
And no, it's Period Audio. Okay, it's time of the month audio, and he rages like a little queen, like he needs to rag one on. So, just so you know who Period Audio are, little bitch. What's up? You scared of him?
No, I was just making sure you said the name right. If you're gonna talk trash and send them to other people's website, I mean, you might as well get
well, whatever. How cheap will the Wing be? The Wing was until Monday. It was $696 at T-Mobile. Now it's back up to $998. Yeah,
I have a hard time. Like when it first came out, okay. When it first came out, maybe it was like 600 or so, and that was fine. I was like, yeah, that's actually a pretty decent value there. And yeah, so I was like, yeah, that's a decent price. I consider one up, but yeah, $999.
Well, I can't tell you until I've got a hold of it tomorrow. For me, I think it's just going to be an LG Velvet, which is not a bad thing. The LG Velvet was built every bit as good as a Samsung Galaxy S20. Every bit. In fact, it probably looked better apart from it had that notch.
Oh yeah, I hate that stupid notch, which I think is still present. No, this was the pop-up camera.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I've got a feeling this is just going to be a Velvet with a flippable screen without the notch. So
well, yeah, it looks just like a Velvet. It's built on the same platform.
Yes,
and it's basically a Velvet with another Velvet screen on top of it, which also was not a bad thing. I really had enjoyed the screen on it. I'm curious about the battery life. Otherwise, yeah, my UPS is like it says for 10 o'clock tomorrow. I mean, my UPS guy doesn't usually get here closer to 1, but yeah,
I'll have mine before noon.
I'll be sitting here all day like
I knew when I have a phone coming, I have it sent to the office because I know the UPS guy, if it comes to the house, it can be anywhere between 4 and 7 at night. If I have it sent to work, it's anywhere between 8 and noon. So
I think they pay extra
for the earlier delivery.
Yeah, every time I get a UPS delivery from LG, it shows up early. But if it's a UPS delivery from anyone else, I get it at 6 o'clock in the evening. So my normal route for my UPS guy is late in the evening, and every time LG sent me something, they show up early. So I don't.
It's usually before 10:30 if they pay the
usually
extra.
pretty early. Yeah, it says on the listing, it says 10. So and they're supposed to be sending us a SIM card too. So I'd imagine it's probably AT&T again.
No, it's either Verizon or T-Mobile.
Oh, well, maybe it's Verizon. Maybe this time they'll just, since they're considering like getting rid of their handset division, maybe they'll forget to turn it off.
I didn't know they were sending a SIM. Who told you that?
What?
That they were sending a SIM card out with it.
It said an email.
Not in mine.
Maybe they don't like you as much.
maybe they're sending me a T-Mobile version. I did, even though they said you're just going to get random, I did request a T-Mobile one. So
here, let me go find this email. I'll read it audibly. Just to prove to people I can read in public.
Yeah, whatever. It's probably pretty pictures that you're looking at.
1 unit per outlet. Carrier selection is at random. No tracking information will be shared. We will be providing an active test line.
Oh, didn't see that.
If you're in an applicable 5G area, you will receive 5G service. If not, you will receive LTE service.
Didn't read that far. Obviously, I was a bit too excited and only read the first two sentences.
It's like address and wing. Do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, if it's a Verizon version, that's okay as well because it'll unlock after 60 days.
I think Cam, are you getting one too? I think they're sending it to a lot of people.
Yeah, I think what was that place called? Ogley or something like that, Orly or something, that company that Chris worked for.
Yeah.
It was actually a third party. I think maybe they're closing down and they're just getting rid of whatever they had in there. So
I don't know, but they're sending them out to a lot of people from what I've heard.
Yeah.
So you're going to get flooded with LG Wing video coverage over the next week.
Yes. Yep. Big final push.
Yeah, I don't know why in the world AT&T is weird. They wouldn't unlock mine either.
Yeah, you got to be on their service for a year before they'll unlock it.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
No.
Okay. Well, we made it to an hour. My shoulder's killing me, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. But we're gonna play some Call of Duty, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll die again, and I can go to bed irritated, and then I'll punch the wife in the mouth because you suck.
As long as it strengthens your marriage.
Of course it does.
What we should do sometime is we should play on the computer and a live stream. Like if we put this on put this on Twitch, like people would have a ball watching us, listening to us play Call of Duty.
Bye, Sheila. Yeah, that would be funny. But you have to put a disclaimer out there because you know what my voice is, or the plethora of foul words that come out of my mouth when we play this.
Oh yeah, I mean we're talking Twitch. I mean, I would like look. I'm not going to host it. I might host it on YouTube unlisted, but I think that would be funny. I think people would get a kick out of it if we were playing Call of Duty and live while people could watch.
I was on Tech Circus last night, as you know. I was on there for about half an hour, and I thought, do I do what I do when I do our own show, or do I be the real me? Oh boy, I was the real me. I cussed and cursed and if that didn't get demonetized after I'd finished in there, gosh.
Well, thanks a lot, everybody, for coming to hang out with us tonight. It's been great as usual, and you'll get to hear all about the LG Wing next Wednesday because we'll have had it for about a week. And also, we'll be talking about some other cool stuff next week as well. So make sure you come back Wednesday night, 7:30 Central Standard Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. And as always, thanks for being here. We appreciate you watching.
I don't.
He doesn't. But I do. Peace out, homies.